To favor, another WEC champion, bantamweight Miguel Angel Torres, will defend his title June 1st. And the man on the undercard may as well inhabit an entirely different world than Sacramento. If you don't think East Chicago is a tough town, then you've probably never been here. But inside this nondescript gym, there is a Mexican-American fighter who is trying to change this city in his own way. The first thing to notice about Torres' training sessions is how incredibly loud they are. But the second thing is how dedicated he is.
People would always tell me I would always overcondition myself. I'd always overtrain. But for me, I don't see it as overtraining. For me, when I train and I get fatigued and I get hurt, it gives me a mental edge over my opponent.
It is in part these workouts that have finally made Torres the #1 bantamweight in the world.
And we have a new champion in the bantamweight division. This guy's had a road.
His official record is 33-1. But some believe over his long career, he may have more than 50 wins. All the years of fighting finally paid off on February 13th, when the 27-year-old took on Chase Beebe for the belt.
Oh, nice. Oh, connects with a big knee to the face of Beebe. This guy's no joke.
He has a shoulder like Pete Williams style. Just an arm under a shoulder lock.
Oh, my.
Wow!
Incredible.
Even though it took him 11 years to get a shot at this title, Torres was extremely confident going into the bout.
I knew he'd be in trouble because fighting me is like fighting an octopus in quicksand. You know, eventually we're going to get, on the ground and we're going to get in the clinch, and, I'm going to outlast you. And I'm going to have more cardio than you will, and I'm going to outstrike you or outgrapple you. And, it's a pretty dangerous situation.
Now, at last, getting recognized as one of the top 10 pound-for-pound fighters in the world, Torres believes his entire life has prepared him to defend the WEC title. The focused fighter returns to the gym every night to perfect technique with Coach Eugenio Calderon.
Miguel's just in the best shape of his life right now. He's trained hard, always working out, always staying fit. So coming up to a fight, it's just another day. He's always just pushing himself to the next level, and this is it. He's ready to defend that title.
There isn't much this 5'9", 135-pound fighter fears, including sparring with partners that easily weigh 100 pounds more than him. In fact, the biggest worry for Torres right now may be that he fights an unknown to him, Yoshiro Maeda. Maeda is a top 10 bantamweight who has built a 22-4-2 record by preferring to stand up and knock out his opponents. But Torres doesn't care.
I know once I hit him a couple times, we're going to end up getting to the ground. Once we get to that clinch, I know it's going to hit the ground. And when we get done, I'm going to show him something he's never seen before.
Incredible.
Next to his battle photos that show how much he's endured over the years, there are pictures and hand-drawn art that tell another side of the bantamweight.
The kid program that I run, I started about 2.5 years ago. I started teaching them Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And that made my whole game change when I started teaching children, because I had to, help these kids understand these concepts of ground fighting. I can just imagine in 10 years when I have these, 10 and 11-year-olds, they're going to be 21 years old, and they'll be world champions. And they can say that they started out with me. And that makes me feel real good.
Another thing that makes Torres feel good is if the kids don't have enough money to pay, he teaches them anyway, because he knows his downtrodden community needs the help. The fighter's values come from his family and his inspirational father.
Everything that he does, he tries to do the right way. He's trying to install that to me ever since I was young. If you're going to do something, do it right. And, I fight, so when I train, I got to train right, I got to train hard, I got to do it right, I got to fight the right way.
To me, now he considers myself as one of the best fighters I ever see.
Oh, nice. Oh.
I think he's going to do well, and I think he's going to win the fight.
think he's right. Smart guy.
3 years ago, he started out with half of this 800-square-foot room. Then he took all of it over, and now, after this fight, he will move into a 7,000-square-foot space. According to another WEC champion, this impressive bantamweight is just getting started.
Miguel Torres, he's extremely well-rounded as a fighter in all aspects of the game. There's guys that are pretty good at everything, but he's very good at everything, and he's a true world champion, I feel. I'm excited about watching him reign for a bit as a champion and kind of make his mark on the world.
This is a title fight. We are going 5 5-minute rounds. This should be explosive. Bring it on! Welcome to the capital city as Bud Light presents World Extreme Cage Fighting. In a building normally inhabited by kings and monarchs, tonight we add the MMA elite to the housing list. Hello and welcome to the Arco Arena in Sacramento, California. Hello everybody, I'm Todd Harris. In a night that the entire MMA world has been looking forward to, we bring you inside Arco Arena to see the best of MMA. We are looking forward to a great card tonight. I bring in my partner, the champ, Frank Mir. And Frank, what can you say? It's finally here. Jens Pulver, Uriah Faber. How do you see this one going down?
It's a war. This is what Uriah Faber needs. Jens Pulver's undefeated at 145, a devastating fighter, phenomenal left hook. You know he's dangerous. Finally, Uriah Faber's going to be in a situation to show how good he really is. We're finally going to see him against an opponent he's not going to run through.
No question, and good is the operative word because Uriah Faber is definitely the gold standard. We also have another belt on the line for you tonight. That comes to you in the bantamweight division, and as good as Uriah is, Miguel Torres is almost as good.
Miguel Torres is a scary striker, devastating, but also he's phenomenal in jiu-jitsu, world class, ability to finish a fight at any moment with his submission skills. Yoshiro Maeda, scary striker. This guy knocked out his last opponent with a liver kick. Not easy to do, not easy to pull off. Scary, scary fighter.
In the light heavyweight division. But up next, it's Miguel Torres with his belt on the line, taking on Maeda. One of these men leaves the arena with a belt. Stay with us. Uriah Faber sporting the new quap for the title defense once again. But up next, it's that man, Miguel Torres, and his slick Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, taking on the last samurai, Yoshiro Maeda, when we return to Sacramento. The event it is tonight, and it is a packed house on the first day of June here in Sacramento, California, as we get set for our first title bout of the night in the bantamweight division. Miguel Torres taking on Yoshiro Maeda. Frank, Miguel Torres is the guy you think is top-notch.
He is. He has unbelievable stand-up skills. He's a very complete kickboxer, able to finish a fight from there. But on the ground, he has devastating submissions. Slick, great. The guy's a black belt level jiu-jitsu practitioner.
His opponent tonight will be Yoshiro Maeda, fighting out of the blue corner, 26 years of age, a big record of 23-4-2.
A lot of international experience, a lot of fights, really devastating striker, very well versed, throws hands and feet just equally well.
The attack begins.
So Miguel Torres gets his first shot at defending the title that he won in Albuquerque a few months back. Maeda says he's going back to the land of the rising sun with a shiny new belt.
Being a champion or not a champion, I don't feel that before I walk into the cage. I go into my zone and I hone in on my opponent, and that's all I concentrate and focus on until I'm done.
Miguel, I came from Japan just to beat you up, so prepare yourself.
I don't like the fight to go too long because for my opponent's health, I don't want to hurt him too bad. You know, the longer the fight goes, the more I'm going to break him down with strikes and elbows and knees and eventually submit him.
I know Miguel is good on the ground, but if I get a chance, I'm going to grab his head and rip it off.
The WC belt's hanging in my gym, and it's not leaving anytime soon. It's going to be there until I plan on retiring.
When I become champion, it's going to be the happiest moment of my life.
I have no doubt in my mind. I'm 100% sure I'm going to walk out as a champion, and I'm 100% sure that I will finish him.
As we said, this one for a belt in the World Extreme Cage Fighting. The bantamweight belt is up for grabs. Miguel Torres has it. That man wants it. You heard him say he has come all the way from Japan, Osaka City to be exact, to take away the belt. Well, he's got great design strength. Does he have the skills to get it done?
He's a definite threat for the title. Yoshiro Maeda, a lot of experience at international level. Tough guy, has a lot of fights, and he has a very, you know, in one way orthodox striking, but he has that Japanese flair to it where he'll lull you into doing something by putting his hands down or by making strange transitional movements on his feet. And he throws, like I said, hands very well, and he throws in the kicks, and he throws them from different angles. He's very kind of odd, you know, to fight on the feet because he can throw from so many different positions and at different offset timings.
As we take a look at our Bud Light fighter profile, here you see the strength of Yoshiro Maeda. Very experienced, as Frank pointed out, excellent striker, and he is certainly versed in submissions. And he's going to need them all tonight because Miguel Torres is one of the guys, you got to get him to that submission point, and he is so slick. It's almost like he sees things coming before the other fighter tries to contrive it.
It's definitely, like I said, Yoshiro Maeda is a very good striker, but we're going to wonder if he's a good enough striker because we know Miguel Torres is off to an excellent Muay Thai practitioner. He's going to have to keep it in the striking range because I don't think that there's any advantage he's going to have on the ground.
Yoshiro Maeda now making his way inside the cage here in Arco Arena. He awaits his opponent, who just so happens to be the defending and reigning champion in the bantamweight division. Well, the music says it all. Miguel Angel Torres, 27 years of age, from East Chicago, Indiana. His style, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, boxing, Thai boxing, he can do it all. And what stands out to me the most, Frank, is that he trained under the late Carlson Gracie, so you know he is well-versed.
Yeah, he started out a good Muay Thai background. Very good, dangerous fighter on his feet. In fact, you know, 6-7 years ago when I first met him, he was an excellent striker, just learning how to fight on the ground. But under the tutelage of Carlos Gracie, the late Carlos Gracie, he's done extremely well. His jiu-jitsu in the ring, even though he carries the rank up brown belt, by no means can we judge him by that standard. This guy has done some stuff in the ring that's high black belt level stuff that most guys that are black belt level jiu-jitsu guys don't do when they're fighting. They may be able to do it in the gym, maybe able to do it in a jiu-jitsu competition where a guy's not punching him in his face, but Miguel Torres transitions from great striking and great jiu-jitsu even in the midst of the MMA fight. He really has it together completely as far as I'm concerned.
As we take a look at this Bud Light fighter profile of Miguel Angel Torres, he can finish from any position. As you saw in that video, he is composed, he is conditioned, he does not panic, and as Frank pointed out, he has world-class Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. This fighter profile is brought to you by Bud Light. Bud Light keeps it coming.
The one thing also about Miguel Torres that sticks out in my mind that I find scary when I see a fighter. I like seeing a guy across the gym, ring, bouncing around, full of energy, anxious, scared, trying to dog me out. The guy that makes me nervous is the guy with Miguel Torres is staring. The guy who looks indifferent, could care less that you're in the ring with him. He's just going to run over there, knee you in the face, and try to break your arm. That is spooky. And you see Miguel Torres has that deadpan, just don't give a care look.
Well, we take a look at the tail of the tape of this bantamweight world title bout. Miguel Torres, 27 years of age, 5'9", 135. There you see that devastating reach of 76 inches. Yoshiro Maeda, 26 years of age, 5'7", 135 pounds as well, and a 68-inch reach. We'll see how it all plays out. We go inside the cage. Joe Martinez has our official introductions.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Our co-main event of the evening. 5 scheduled round for the WEC Bantamweight Championship of the World. Presented by Bud Light Ultimate Refreshment, superior drinkability in association with Tap Out, American, Arrogant, and In Your Face. Watch Tap Out of their second crazy season coming this July. Also, No Fear Energy Drink, the official energy drink of the WEC. And now here we go, ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He is a striker, standing 5 feet 7 inches tall. He weighed in officially 135 pounds. As a professional, he brings 23 victories, 4 defeats, and 2 bouts even, and fights out of Osaka City, Japan. Here is the challenger, Yoshiro Maeda. Next, his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. He is a mixed martial artist, standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in officially 135 pounds. A veteran also